Welcome back to The Explainer. Okay, today we're breaking down a genuinely fascinating and highly structured financial summary for a premier commercial real estate asset down in the Western Cape. If you've ever found yourself wondering exactly how institutional-grade developments insulate investor capital while still aiming for those premium yields, well, you are absolutely in the right place. We're looking at the Molteno Farm Hotel and Precinct. It's an asset that's engineered a really compelling, totally risk-insulated financial model that literally bypasses traditional commercial bank debt altogether. Just look at the sheer scale and luxury of this asset. That's our baseline here. Right off the bat, you can tell this isn't your standard hospitality development, right? It's a meticulously crafted 32-suite luxury configuration set right against those dramatic Stellenbosch mountain ranges. And honestly, this level of experiential design, it's exactly what anchors the core financial expectation of the whole project. Specifically, its ability to command a massive yield potential driven by a super lucrative R7,500 average daily rate. Okay, let's dive into this transparent roadmap. We'll start by looking at the luxury hospitality opportunity, then break down the 5-tier capital allocation, contrast the structure with fit-out efficiency, examine those ironclad investor risk protections, and finally, wrap up with the zero-debt financial model. So Section 1, the luxury hospitality opportunity. The entire strategy here is deeply tied to the premium nature of the guest experience. By positioning this stunning 32-suite vineyard resort at the absolute top end of the market, the financial model can confidently target a 68% stabilized occupancy rate by its 4th year. And what's great is that the data models this as a highly defensive, conservative trajectory. It's literally built to clear those tough institutional hurdles, even under stress conditions. Now, you might be wondering what actually drives that revenue physically. Well, it's the unreplicable topographic positioning of the site. I mean, it is literally built onto the side of a mountain, and that's exactly what provides these sweeping panoramic valley views. It's not just pretty scenery, you know? It's a highly quantifiable asset that directly underpins their ability to command that R7,500 average daily rate premium over standard accommodations in the area. Moving right along, Section 2, 5-tier capital allocation. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how the total capitalized development budget of R88.9 million is meticulously distributed across 5 distinct tiers. It covers the whole shebang, from day 1 site clearance in Tier 1 to specialized utility infrastructure in Tier 2, all the way through to the final 5-star interior fit-out in Tier 4, and of course, professional fees in Tier 5. And every single line item is rigorously underwritten using current regional cost indices. Take a close look at Tier 3 there. It dominates the stack at 43.2%, which is roughly R38.4 million. Now, the source material explicitly defines this, not as some kind of cost inefficiency, but as structural dominance. This is the necessary premium engineering allocation you absolutely have to build on a steep 1-4 mountain incline using stepped, split-level concrete floor plates. Basically, it's the literal physical foundation that secures those highly profitable premium panoramic views we were just talking about. Which brings us to Section 3, structure versus fit-out efficiency. And this brilliantly illustrates how that heavy structural investment is deeply offset by major operational efficiency gains. For example, utilizing an industrialized modular production engine, think precast hollow-core concrete slabs, actually drives a massive 35% on-site labor saving. Add in decentralized VRF HVAC systems for energy efficiency, custom off-site joinery to completely bypass weather delays, and get this, a massive 40% professional engineering subsidy from the lead technical authority, Ferrofonds, which saves our $1.7 million straight up. So, connecting the dots here, these heavy engineering investments literally lift the guest up into this incredible starlight experience. The structural cost isn't just a heavy budget line item, it is a structural moat. It acts as the direct driver of the high-margin revenue model. Let's be real, you can't replicate this experience on flat ground, which means competitors can't easily replicate the yield. All right, Section 4, ironclad investor risk protections. The prospectus lays out a super rigorous 5-layer risk protection matrix. We've got an independent Turner & Townsend milestone audit, a penalty-backed fixed-price construction contract, a rigid dual-signature escrow gate, that 40% engineering fee subsidy we mentioned to insulate soft costs, and finally, a 100% unleveraged stack. These are absolutely vital fiduciary guardrails, heavily emphasizing a ring-fenced approach that builds complete institutional trust. The mechanical simplicity of this escrow gate is a real standout feature. Here's how it works. Step 1, the independent project monitor, Turner & Townsend, audits the milestone. Step 2. Both the auditor and the technical lead must concurrently sign off. Only then, in Step 3, is capital actually released. This means that absolutely zero unilateral access is permitted. Not a single cent of the R4 million contingency pool can be touched by the developer alone. The documents are absolutely explicit about this governance. They state no single rand of investor capital can be dispersed without independent QS certification. It is a rock-solid contractual mechanism designed for the complete eradication of developer side cost manipulation. This ensures that the capital syndicate clears their initial liquidity way ahead of any residual profit splits. Finally, let's look at Section 5, the zero debt financial model. So the crucial point is this number, 0. There is exactly 0 commercial bank debt on this project. By funding this entire thing 100% through private placement, the model completely eliminates interest carry, eliminates covenant breach exposure, and eradicates bank-mandated foreclosure risks entirely. It's a game changer. Without the heavy burden of commercial debt servicing, the net operating income, or NOI, growth trajectory is just remarkable. Look at this. Even with a really conservative occupancy ramp starting at just 45% in year 1, the asset generates nearly R18.8 million. As occupancy stabilizes to 70% by year 4, the NOI hits a massive R29.3 million. And remember, that distributable cash flow goes first to clear the senior loan balance before any developer dividends are ever paid out. Now, a key reason for these incredibly robust numbers is the ancillary revenue engine. Beyond just the room rates, facilities like the commercial kitchen, the destination restaurant, and the wellness spa hydrotherapy infrastructure generate an astounding 42% of the total revenue contribution modeled in the P&L. This diversified income vastly outperforms your standard accommodation-only models. When you step back and really look at the whole picture, we're talking about a structurally dominant asset yielding a guaranteed R7,500 ADR premium, completely free of commercial bank debt, and locked behind strict, independently audited escrow gates. You really have to ask, with zero commercial bank debt, strict escrow gates, and a guaranteed R7,500 ADR premium, is your capital this insulated anywhere else? It's a seriously compelling look at how rigorous financial architecture can fundamentally de-risk luxury real estate investment. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep questioning how your investments are structured.